Okay, there we go. Let me, yeah, I think that looks good. I'm actually ready today. I'm actually prepared. Most of the time, when it comes to live streams, I'm not prepared at all, but today I'm ready. So let's not waste any time. Let's get straight into the video. I have my canvas with a thin coat of liquid white, and I'm going to take my 2-inch brush straight into phthalo blue. A little bit of phthalo blue. Let me stand over here. Okay, just like so. Just by doing crisscross, you can get those colors in. A little bit of phthalo blue. There. Just fill in the sky, really. Okay. Let's go ahead just lightly. Okay. Now, let me check out the comments. We're still filming outdoors. It's just I found the spot where there's more shade. Okay. So, I'm not gonna waste any time. I'm going to a little touch of alizarin crimson. Littlest touch. And I'm gonna take it through titanium white. Titanium white. Little alizarin crimson. Okay. Just plop in. Nice little cloud in there. Okay. There we go. You're just putting on the basic color, and then you can go on from there. Let me check if we got any comments going on. Feel free to type in the chat if you like. Now I'm gonna blend this out. Just grab the corner of the brush and go in circles. Lift upwards and pull across. Now, let me wipe my brush off a bit. And I'm gonna go into more pure white color rather than that little alizarin crimson mixture. And just plop in some highlights in there. There. So now we have like a little base color. There we go. Something light, something gentle. Lift up, go across. Just like that, you have yourself a nice sky with the cloud. Now, I don't want to add mountains this time. Um, Hello, Mark. How are you doing? I don't want to add uh, a big old mountain, but what I do want to do is I'm gonna go into a little bit of. I'm gonna stand this side. I think this side's my better side. Phthalo blue and a little bit of sap green. Maybe a little bit of alizarin crimson. Little black. Just mixing everything on the brush, really. Let's come up here and just by using the corner of your brush, there, you can add yourself a little foothill. Okay, now let me go ahead, pull that base color. It's like a teal, and then just lift up lightly, just to make it seem like a couple distant trees. Now, I'm gonna do that same thing, a little bit more green, just a little bit more, and a little bit more black. I want to darken that color up a bit. Okay, let's come up here. Yeah, that's nice. I'm starting to think I should do, when I do live streams, there'll be more advanced style paintings. And when I do pre-recorded videos, I'll do the simple paintings for beginners. I think that would be a better solution. Okay, just blocking in color really. Now, pull that color down. Just pull. Lift up lightly. Lightly, lightly. Now, let me clean my brush. I have a bucket of paint thinner over here just to clean off my brush. And I'm gonna dry it off on my rag over here. It's important you clean your guys' brushes. Now I have a light idea of what I want to do. So I'm not completely blank, but we're gonna go on changing things up. Be cool to see some warm colors. Okay. We'll involve some in there just to get that nice contrast. Okay. So let me go ahead. Let me grab my trusty old 1-inch brush. I'm gonna go into a little bit of ivory black and a little bit of sap green. A little bit of yellow. I don't want it that dark, but I need it dark to have that contrast and to have some shadows and all that good stuff. Okay, just block in basic. Okay, a little bit more green in there. Just mixing everything on my brush. I think the light would hit somewhere like right in the center. Just pull it in. More green, just pure sap green. Okay. I really like live streams because um, I can interact with people in my live stream better than just comments, but they do get less attention, so it's one for another. A little bit of sap green on my 2-inch, a little bit of 2-inch, 1-inch, a little bit of cadmium yellow. We want a little bit of light source coming on to here, just a little bit. There. All right, I'm gonna be going back quite often, just checking the comments. Okay, we're good. So I think a little bit lighter here. Now that I step back and really looked at it better, just a little bit. I think that should be good. Now I'm gonna go into a little bit of ivory black, a little bit of the green color. I just want to darken up some of the shadows over here. Not much light would get to it. Okay. And just pull a bit here. Yeah, just like so. It's pretty windy today, as you can probably tell. Okay, now I know I'm gonna want a cabin, so let's do that. God, I forgot to put dark sienna on my palette. I knew I was missing something, but didn't know what. That's okay. We can do without it. I have paint all over me, so that's why you might see me looking around. Pick up my paint. Let me get some crimson, some green, some sap green, a little bit more crimson. Okay. And a little bit of black on some of it. Just like a mix. I just want dark color. Like really, really dark color. So everything could have a big contrast. And I think there lives a cabin. Okay? You don't have to put a cabin. I just kind of think would look good. Just like a little cabin, in my opinion. There. Put some brown on the other side. Get some over here on the side. There. Something like so. But with the cabin being there, there would be shadows right around here, just casting upon just a little to be ahead of the game, a step ahead. Some white, and let's put in what seems to be a couple logs. Okay. Just a couple logs. Okay. There we go. And then get a little bit of light coming there, a little bit here. Light's coming somewhere around here. And so I'm going to some ivory black just to gray it out. Just to get a nice gray color. Maybe a little bit more white. Needs to be a bit brighter. I need it to show up on camera. There. I think that's actually perfect. Okay. There. We have ourselves a nice little cabin. Let me put in a door in there. Pure black. Okay. Now let me go check the comments real quick. See what's going on, what's new. Okay. Yeah, like a faraway or a barn maybe. Now that you say it. I don't think it would be somewhere to live permanently. Maybe like a little barn. Okay. We need a tree where that person could live. So, for that, for those reasons, we'll grab some brown. Maybe here, just big old tree. Just something that's there to kind of, I don't know, just something. I'm gonna mute my microphone real quick. Please excuse me. I muted myself. Sí, pasa. Por acá. Le puse para que no me escuchen. All right, sorry about that. I have people passing by and asking questions. Good evening. How are you doing, George? But as you guys saw, I was just going with some ivory black and just filling in what could be a tree trunk, and then just some darker green, just to make it look like there's more. Um, there's another layer of grass. So what I'm going to do is go into little sap green, little ivory black, little mix of both, and just tap in really. I have a big old oak tree, you can call it, at where I live at, and so if you see me looking to the side, I'm looking at my tree. They're currently cutting it just to save some space, so please don't mind that. But I think one of those trees would look perfect here. Okay, just a couple leaves there, and all I'm doing is tapping. I don't want to smear the paint because I want some light to make it look like some lights coming through, something like so. We can always make it bigger, but that base is good just to um, darken up and make it rich. Thank you, thank you. Actually, I'm gonna go into a little bit of ivory black and a little bit of green just to sort of darken this up a bit. This seems too light. Maybe this tree has been out here longer than that cabin. I don't know. Okay, let's highlight that. I'm going to go into the slightest touch of paint thinner, a little bit of cadmium yellow, a little bit of paint thinner, loading up my filbert brush. You can do everything with the filbert brush. Filbert brushes are really, really good. Okay, and just lightly tap. We'll come back and add even lighter highlights. Oh, sorry. Even lighter highlights so that tree can pop more. But as of now, I'm just doing some cadmium yellow sap green combination. Okay, there. You see through some parts of the tree. Okay, maybe like so. All right, let me go back and look at any comments you guys might have left. We're good. Okay. Now, what I don't like is when the light hits my palette, there's like so much reflection since it's like a pretty new palette. Okay, let me grab my palette knife. And what I'm going to do is mix up more brown. I don't want to use this brown. I want to mix up a new shade of brown. So some green, just like so. A little bit of red. Maybe a little bit of black. Just to tone it down a bit, slightly. Some white. Let's come up here. Oh yeah, I like that. Actually, I'm not gonna use my palette knife. That'll go against the new look I'm trying to accomplish. It'll make it look more like wet on wet if I use my palette knife. Which there's nothing wrong with that, but for what I'm trying to do, I needed to um, be brush marks. Okay, just like so. Okay, just lightly, lightly, lightly. I'll grab some more white. Just go with like the lightest color. Just lightly graze it. Now go here in some dark color or somewhat. Oh, that's light. Okay. Let's go into some somewhat dark color. Oh yeah. It's lighter than the tree trunk, but it's probably gonna be hard to see on camera because it's close to the same color. Um, it's like really close in there. Okay, just pull out some of that. Okay. You got any questions, comments, anything new? No, we're good. I don't know why I always say we're good. It's, I guess it's like a habit of me saying. I don't know. A little bit of ivory black. Pull it just like so. Maybe, maybe it has like few tree branches hanging in there. Okay. A little bit of sap green. There we go. There we go. Now, let's go into some sap green. Tone it down with some brown so it's not as bright. Now, let's come up here and just add what maybe is a little bush just right there. Maybe right here a bit. I don't know. We're just blocking in color right now, basically. So I'm going to some cadmium yellow. Just light color. I think some light would hit it here. Ends here because there's that cabin shadow. Don't want to overdo it when it comes to shadows because if you do it too bold, then it doesn't look as good as if you just do it slight change in color, I guess. Now, some light would peek through, so just couple light, just a little bit here and there. Okay. There we go. Now I know the light would hit this, so we gotta get that full with bright colors. Bright colors. Just using cadmium yellow. And let the color fade. Okay? Okay. I'm gonna stand back a bit, look at it. I like to look at it through the camera for some reason. Okay. Now let me highlight those bushes a bit. Just gonna go into a little bit of cadmium yellow. And with the filbert you can do it. You can paint pretty much anything with the filbert brush. As long as you learn how to use it, the filbert brush will become your best friend. Okay. There. Just like so. I still like to scratch in little sticks, twigs. I think it's a cool little trick you can add on to paintings like this. Okay. Now let's go up here. Maybe it's light here. And it kind of gets darker. And if I want it to get darker and the color's not blending, just go lighter. Less pressure, so less paint will get on and it looks darker. And you can go back, re-highlight this. There we go. I'm starting to like this painting. Okay, let's see where we're at when it comes to the chat. Okay, we're good. 30 minutes. Okay. So, I think there would be some light over here. Just a little bit. Kind of blends out over here. There. It's okay to have. I'm gonna stand over here. It's okay to have some loose strokes. I think for this style, it's honestly a bit better if you have loose strokes in your brushwork and all that. There we go. Maybe just a slight green indication. Just the slightest. Okay, I think that looks good. So now I'm gonna go into a little bit of ivory black. Just a little bit. I just want like a nice grayish brown color. And let's add a little fence here. Just using the edge of the brush. Okay, I think that's good. There. Now, we gotta add shadows. So, if we decided the light's coming this way, the shadow for our tree would be somewhere around here. The shadow for the bushes would be somewhere here. And then the shadow for our little fence would go here. Okay. And I like to lightly pull it, blend it a bit, just so it kind of seems a bit softer. Now, I'm gonna go into more ivory black. I need those shadows a bit darker. Little green, little. Oh yeah, that shows up better. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, there we go. Just pure shadows. You're just working in basically what way is going what. Very lightly. Very, very lightly. And just lightly pull at the angle you want your shadows. Think about them as reflections. That's how I like to think about them. Okay? Kind of diffuses it so it's not too strong and it looks more better, more like if it was meant to be, or I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with that. Okay. A little bit of white, a little bit more white. Let's just a small highlight. Okay. I hope everyone's having a great Wednesday. There we go. Just soft, very soft. Now, what else do I want to add? Any suggestions? I'm gonna let you guys choose what way this painting goes. We have our fence, our little barn, maybe a path for the cabin. Good idea. How could I? How could I? How could I forgotten? Tongue twister for me there. All right. So now, just little paths. I'm not gonna do it curving out, but I'm not gonna do it straight. I'm gonna have it like a slight curve, just like so. Maybe the fence kinds of covers it just lightly because this is a new piece of land, you can say. There we go. Some white going into some very light colors. Okay, very light, very, very light. And on top of that, I'm going to go into a little bit of ivory black into my base color. And I'm gonna put a couple rocks. I think some rocks would suit this little path. Okay, there we go. Now, bright color or highlight, just lightly, lightly touch it. There we go. All right, let me check any new suggestions. It's coming together little by little. Let's see, let's see. No one else has anything to suggest? I'm trying to think as well while while I wait for someone to see if anyone else has ideas. I'm going to some cadmium yellow, sap green, just to accentuate this piece of land a bit more. There. just a little. And then going into cadmium yellow just to make that nice pop. And just blend it out. Blend it, blend it. Okay, just lightly. Now, what I'm going to do, let's go ahead and grab some ivory black, sap green. Just come up here. Shoom. Just block this in. See, if you have pure black, it'll be really dark and it just won't look the best. But sometimes you need really dark to have that contrast. So one has to learn how to have that nice balance in between both. Not too dark, not too light. In the live and the chat, do you guys miss my pre-recorded videos, or would you guys like me to continue doing mostly live streams? Okay, just like so. I put some sap green on top, some sap green with ivory black on the bottom, just to kind of be able to have our dark colors at the base. Okay, a pond, lower left. Okay, we could turn anything. There's no commitment. I'm going on whatever you guys want to see, really. Wait, I was going into so smart. I was going into cadmium yellow when I had to go into titanium white. Okay, clean my brush off a bit. Shake off the excess. Beat the devil. Now, little touch of white. Just a little. You know what? I'm gonna add some green to it just so it looks like it was a pond. There. Just a little bit of green in there. Maybe right here. Yeah. Let's just pull down a little touch of white. You know what? Going to put a little bit there. Go across. Let's grab our somewhat dark sienna color mixture. I say somewhat because I mixed it all by myself and it looks similar. Okay, let me add reflections of what's going to be. Okay, just a little cadmium yellow. And go across slightly. You think that doesn't show up enough? Go again. That all the time. Okay. Now, let me clean my knife off. Let me grab some titanium white. There. Okay. Few little indications. And if we decide at the end that it doesn't suit it, we can always go back and change it. There's no issues or problems. It's like the live. Oh, I like the live. You guys prefer being able to talk to me? Yeah, I'm not special. I'm just another guy who learned how to paint, I guess. I want to be somewhat special, but we'll see what God has in plan for me. Because only God decides what I'm going to be. Of course, I got to put some effort into it, but at the end of the day, God has the last saying of it. So just going into a bit more darker right here, a little more darker. You just gotta change the values. And I'm going with my 1 inch. Oh, I got an idea. I'm going straight into ivory black and sap green. Pull it one direction. One direction. It'll curve one side of your brush. Let's come up here. Yeah. There we go. Maybe a couple bushes live out here. Okay. Just a little bit more paint. There we go. I think I like that. What do you guys think? Let me check the live chat. Maybe weeds or cattails on the edge of the water. I'm gonna fix up the water. I'm not satisfied with that. Just, but yeah, I'm gonna take your suggestion and to see how it best fit it. Don't feel like I'm gonna toss it out. All right, some cadmium yellow, a little bit of paint thinner. Okay. Think of each leaf individually, like each of them being an own separate child. You gotta name each one. Maybe once Jerry, Mary, Tom. I don't know. And if you want to catch the eye of some viewers, you can grab a little bit of red and just sneak it in. Just round it off a bit. Okay. Scratch in a couple. I think, oops, dropped my palette knife. I'm thinking there would be a branch to hold this up. So, sort of here, just a little branch. Nothing too crazy, and I'm also gonna scratch in a few little sticks, twigs. Okay. Now, meaning we gotta add more shadows. The shadows would be somewhere around here. Let me go back to the water. Okay, just cleaning off my brush so I have something to work with. Some white, lightest touch of blue. Okay, that was too light. Second lightest touch. Third. There. I think that's good. Let's come up here. Just doing like a couple ripples. Okay. I'm gonna put like a stick coming out. Just like so. Load up my brush again. There. Shoom. Okay. There we go. Some light would be hitting it. Now, a little bit of black, just like a gray color to neutralize it a bit. Maybe a bit more darker. Gotta. Oh, yeah. There we go. Gotta be able to have some light shadows. I should have made the pond bigger. Maybe that would have made my life easier. Okay. Anything else rather than the pond? New tree looks good. Thank you. Thank you. Tiny outhouse with half moon on the door of the outhouse. Yeah. Okay. You guys get creative. Let me lightly clean my brush a bit. I'm gonna get my script liner, dip it into paint thinner, and just titanium white. Just a mix of both. Let's come up here. Just add probably some waves. Nothing crazy, but some waves you would be seeing. I'm gonna get some liquid white instead. I I bought a vintage paint set of Bob Ross a while back. I had this storage container of the vintage Bob Ross liquid white, and I just cleaned it out so I could start using it. So I was happy for that. Oh yeah, this is much better. Just like so. There. Just make it seem like there's a couple waves going here and there. You can use the corner, you can use the whole brush. Personal preference, honestly. Okay, a little bit more. Okay. What do you guys want to see on the next painting? I'm curious for that, so I could try to come up with the idea and kind of have it pre-imagined I like to call it. Okay, something like so. Now, what I will do is grab the Bob Ross blender brush very lightly, barely touching. Okay, let me highlight that dirt area section. Okay. Now, let me add a stick or two. A little bit more ivory black. I think right here, that stick would be perfect. If you guys don't want a stick there, feel free to change where it is or don't put it. You know what? It's coming from the water. It's a little tiny stick. It's like those that you see in movies and there's a waterfall, there's that branch you grab onto. Let me clean my brush. Go back to the liquid white and just lightly, lightly. Okay, let me see. Let me check what's going on back here. Um, okay. Maybe a hint of blue. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. Uh, Next, painting something on black canvas. Okay, I gotta, I gotta think what to do on a black canvas now. That should be interesting though. Black canvases are pretty fun to do. It's just you gotta have an idea of what you really want to do. Just a little bit of blue. Damn, I spent lots of time on this water, but it's okay. We got time. Mine, um, going back to George's comment in the live chat or whatever, my paint set dates back to 1993, I believe. So it's a pretty old paint set. I put the brushes to work already, but the paints, the VHS tape, everything is still there. Let me clean my brush a bit. Yeah, I tried to use the liquid white that it came with. It wasn't good, so I had to clean out the container and make my own from scratch, which isn't that hard. You just need linseed oil and titanium white paint, and just mix it. Okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. If not, I'm gonna spend a whole year on that. I'm going to cadmium yellow. Let's get that brightness going. Kind of emphasize on that shadow a bit. If you have light right next to a shadow, it'll make your shadow pop out a bit more. Doesn't have to be exactly accurate. As long as It's close, then you should be good. I wanna. I've been wanting to practice painting just by myself, more advanced. So if I think this is advanced, I want to go more advanced. And I think maybe here and there, we would see some sort of light. Some sort of light just shining through. You know how the sun works. Let me lightly. Okay. Let me. Some ivory black. Let me put in nice little stick that comes out of that bush and tree. Let's put in. Let's put in a couple bushes. How about that? Just using the corner of the 1 inch. Okay. And maybe one barely shows up there. Okay. A little bit of cadmium yellow. Some light would hit it here. Here. A little bit here. Just like on the top edges, really. Okay. Let's add a shadow. I'm not a big fan of this style of painting because it takes more time. I like to feel like I can do it quick. But I don't feel it too hard. Unless I try to do it in 30 minutes. This style will kill me. Okay, let's see what is there to talk or say. Let's see. Yeah, the bristles are much better and softer than the new ones. That's why every time I buy brushes and all that, I try to buy the vintage ones just so they're better bristles and all that. I have like two new ones and like five, six of the old ones. Maybe a tree trunk in the small hole. Which small hole? Sorry, I'm a bit lost. Oh yeah. I see. Okay, let's do that, and we'll wrap up for today. Since I gotta take care of other things, as you guys know, family comes first, and I'll be back on it Friday. I want to do pre-recorded videos again. Those got more attention, and it's a bit easier on me. But I'll let you guys know in the community post. Is anyone interested in buying the Bill Alexander kit I showed on the community post? It's nice. I would buy it, but $300 to spend right now. It's a lot of money just for the couple brushes I'm gonna use and all that. Maybe like so. A little bit of cadmium yellow just to fix this up a bit. Is this what you guys meant? That's the only hole I saw. Little tree trunk where a squirrel could live. Yeah, I was gonna make it darker. Well, in person it looks dark. That's the thing. In person it looks dark, but when in camera it seems a bit more lighter. I'm just messing around with the filters right now. Yeah, no, normal. Let me see. Thank you, thank you. Well, if that's it, then I'm going to sign off and I'll be back on Friday. Back to work. Huh, I call this my job. I wish it's my job, honestly. Having to record some paintings and just be able to spend time with family would be the best thing. All right, well, I thank you all for joining the live stream, whoever's here. And thank you to the people who are going to watch it afterwards. I know some people like to watch the live stream afterwards. Thank you guys for your support, and I'll see you in the next live stream or video. Until then, take care and stay motivated.